Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Jack's Business Talk. Today we are here with not Jack, as he's been been known as. Uh, if you haven't met my co-host, Trey Better 99 or Harrison.
Hey Jack, thanks for having me.
It has been forever since we have gotten to sit down and do one of these videos in person instead of just flying by each other and talking about each other and stuff.
Yeah, I know it has been, so it's good to see you again.
Yeah, definitely. So today, not Jack has brought a topic for Jack and not Jack to talk about. You got that, Jack?
I got it, not Jack. Yeah, so today is an interesting one because as for a lot of folks who are new to school and new to your channel and everything, who are trying to get on the property ladder, and once they're like, hey, I'm ready to put the offer down. It's kind of this next step now. It's like, okay, I've made the offer. What do I need to have for the lender, to have for anybody, just to make sure that everything goes smoothly? Because personal experience, I've just made an offer, and thank goodness the lender is very kind because there's a lot of items I forgot. So, trying to make it smooth for them, and that's really what my topic was for today.
See, my first step would just be getting a fetal position in the corner and start crying.
It was one of those. It's like I was excited and crying at the same time. It was like, oof, this is bad. But no, thankfully for yeah, today was this is a property because it's under 100,000. There's a little bit more. It's not as bad as like getting a regular bank loan, which that was a journey of itself that I had to walk away from because I don't remember my grandmother's second middle name. So it's one of those situations. But so this one is trying to make sure that when you're applying for the property, making sure that you have your realtor, your lender in place. I'm doing a DSCR loan for this property, and it was trying to make sure that I have my bank statements up to date. I was looking through all my old stuff and everything. That was one of those big problems. Like, okay, everything's up to date. Make sure my credit is unfrozen. That was a journey just to get that unfrozen. I actually had to call people to get it unfrozen. And just to get the reports done, it was great that I have a credit that will suffice for this loan. So, and making sure that everything's good to go. Those were my big aha moments. That it's like that's really simple, but you need to have them all in a row in order to make the offer. Because my realtor, I was like, "Hey, let's make an offer." He's like, "No, you have to have the paperwork first." It's like, "Oh, okay." So,
Yeah, I was say the three things I thought of right away is making sure you're buying a good deal, which ORAT has preached to death. So we're not.
yes.
If you're watching my channel and you don't know about Michael Zuber or Dion or Lumberjack Landlord, what are you doing with your life? I mean, come on, pull yourself together. You need to be watching those titans of the real estate community. What are you doing watching me? I'm a small fry. I'm a grain of salt on a French fry.
No, you're a stepping stone.
Because
That's what it is. That's what it is. Get up. No.
I'm gonna try to get my next piece of salt here in a second.
Ooh. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so then two grains of salt.
That's what you need right there.
Yeah, but
Or
make sure you're buying a good deal. Make
yeah.
sure that you have your credit score. Make sure you have your pre-qualifier letters and all that stuff. Make sure you're talking to your lenders and have all that stuff figured out. And make sure you have your agent that actually understands what it's like doing what we're doing. Because like my part of the reason why I'm prolonging a flip of my own, or I shouldn't say flip, just a renovation project, is because I bought it so piss poor because the guy was more focused on making the sale at a good price so he can get the commission versus is this actually a wise deal? And I kind of would like I kind of would like to like one of our Pittsburgh real estate agents, like just out of shits and giggles, if they're never not busy, just be like, hey, come tour my property with me, or at least And would you have paid this price or recommended me paying this price for this? But like just out of curiosity,
Yeah, that's always good to have. And especially with the realtors in the area that we know, they would help.
which I
So,
didn't know back then.
yeah,
I think two they would say yes to, and I think the other two they'd be like, okay, yeah, this one's okay, but why would you buy this with that one next door?
right. Yeah, that's a good question. But hey, I mean, this is where you live and learn. So you can
Yeah,
actually talk about that and say, hey, I made this maybe mistake, but turned it into lemonade. So,
I took this big pile of donkey horse crap and I turned it into a wonderful begonias because you need a lot of manure in order to plant some good flowers in life.
there you go. I like that analogy there. I'm going to be using that.
Oh, you think that's good? We're going to take a left turn here. I made a good one. Was it for Cynthia's birthday? We went camping and it rained and our tent got flooded and it was I'm pouring water out of the Blue Eddy machine and it's getting into the CPAP machine. I'm not sure how it all the electronics are. I really don't know. I thought they would have fried.
Yeah.
But anyway, we start wrapping things up, and she's like, "Oh, it's not as bad as I thought." And with 3 hours of sleep and everything we went through, I just turned to her and I went like complete Southern. I was like, "Bless your heart." And she's like, "What?" I was like, "Saying that this ain't flooded out is like saying you're gonna bump the paint out on Titanic after you're parallel parked it into the iceberg."
I like that. Yeah.
That was off the top of my head and from complete sleep insomnia, kind of like the time that you tucked the pillow away.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's just that thing. It's like you don't know what you're doing, but you did it, and it's people are going to remember. So, uh,
Yeah, apparently become a very witty comedian after like, because I didn't sleep the night before because of work and stuff, so I was going like 50 some hours without like with only like 6 hours of sleep.
oh, so your next career, just get some sleep deprivation, be a stand-up comic.
Yeah. So what's next in this? What would you say for our younger Pad one learners?
Yes. So all right, you got all the paperwork set up. Now, what I'm gonna go once it's approved, it's going to be saying make sure you have all your people in place to get the inspections done. That is something that you don't want to skimp on, even if you're, I mean, especially in this market. Um, you want to make sure that what you're buying will stand in the next 5 years. Making sure foundation's
So
good. Yeah.
are you going to use home inspectors? Because I'm actually making a pivot in this. So
Ooh,
I'm curious. Are you going to use home inspectors?
that was the idea. I mean,
Yeah.
reliable one. Yeah.
I mean, I would definitely use whoever. I, I I'm not sure who you're putting this deal through. I'm assuming it's either Jeremy or
Yeah.
Liam.
Jeremy. Yeah, Jeremy.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm sure whoever he recommends is going to be fine. But I was thinking about making a switch here just because I've had too many bad home inspections that miss major stuff that have cost me
Ooh,
at this point almost $30,000, if not
yikes.
more.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about making a pivot, and I'm going to use a GC, a roofer, a plumber, and here's the four, and a electrician, and I'll just
Yeah.
pay for all their time, and that way I can get quotes and stuff right there on the spot.
Ooh, I like that. That's a great idea. How, so would you just go through the GC first and then try and get all that going? Or how would you, I guess, source the people?
I would source everyone and hopefully have them all on the same day.
Okay.
And the GC I would use also has a real estate license, so like
Hmm.
getting in there isn't going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And what I would do is I would have everyone do their specialty,
Yeah.
the roofer, the plumber, all that kind of stuff. Use the GC kind of as like more of like the carpentry, structural, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And then just overview everyone's stuff to translate it into redneck language so that I can understand what all the professionals are saying.
Right. Okay. I like this plan. And oh, but some lenders, and this is more with bank loans, that they would have to have a required home inspection. So from a licensed inspector, whatever that means. But if you're going the
I
DSCR route,
I
that
think
works.
the general contractor counts though.
Oh,
So you can use all of those reports. That's why I would need the GC. I can use all those people and have the GC, and the GC can write the report.
that makes sense. Okay. Oh, I like this plan.
It's going to cost more,
Yeah,
but I got quotes in hand, and I can what go through alterations with them as I'm walking a property with each person.
right. I like this. Okay. Because then you can get really into the found because the one concern about this property is maybe the foundation is a few cracks here and there, making sure it's not structural. And then, I mean, yeah, the other parts are pretty ticky-tack. Go with the electrician, get sewer scope. Yeah, those are all, very mandatory items that you have to do, especially in older neighborhoods like the Pittsburgh area, Butler area. And
Hmm.
so, I mean, those are things I would never skimp out on. Yeah, I like this plan.
HVAC.
Yeah, HVAC. Oh, that's true. I'm like, because there's some properties that are so old they don't even have stuff. But yeah, this one does. Baseboard at least, I think. But yeah, HVAC is always the fun one because there sometimes you can go from a few $100s up to 11,000 for a new one. So you want to make sure
Hmm.
that you're not going to get, or at least if you get an old one, make sure it's a good one. That's from
Yeah.
reputable companies. So yeah. So, okay, that's the next step right there that you really need to make sure before you sign on the dotted line saying, yes, buy this property. Those are the big things for me right
Oh,
there.
I thought of another one. I
Okay.
just realized I do this, and I wasn't going to bring this up, but I
Okay.
didn't think of it till just now.
Oh,
So I usually ask someone to double check my numbers because my numbers and how I run stuff is not, how should I say, although I'm really good at math, I'm not the type of person that takes fine detail. So I'm very noted for like missing stuff. And
right.
that's why where like Mark Financial Firefighter, I'm going to steal his term here for a second. But he calls was it the number the mathematician or the numbers engineer, whatever he calls
Right.
Mikey.
Yeah.
I usually ask either Mikey or Harrison, be like, hey, can you run the numbers on this? Here's what the taxes are, blah 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 blah. I want to see if because you guys are both better at numbers than I am, or I should say more fine focus. And be like, what do you get for yield? What do you get for this? Does your number match my number?
Right. Yeah, I like that. That's always good to have because I know sometimes you want to I always worry because my first property, I was like, oh, let's make the numbers a little bit rosier. If I charge, much higher rent, that means I can get a much higher yield. It's like you gotta
Yeah,
also live in reality. So yeah, I agree with you. That's a really good, important point to take. But when you're getting someone to double check that math, make sure they know math. That's a good point. So
yeah. Get someone that knows our math.
right, right.
This
So
is like we're like on Calc Quad 4 level, smashed with elementary round peg in the square hole.
right. Yeah. Yeah, it's I think for me the hardest part is always factoring in the taxes because each location the taxes are a little bit different. And especially with Allegheny County changing all over the place, it'll be interesting. And so, but
Well, if you go back in that one video with with Liam, he gives you
yeah,
that website that tells you what the taxes are and stuff. And
right.
I checked it out and some stuff. It's pretty cool.
That's good.
I forget what it is, but I know which video it is.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, we can
It's
definitely
one of the Western PA ones.
yeah, yeah. Okay, that's good then. I like that plan. So keep it easy. Yeah.
I actually think
And
it was the last one that we were both on.
oh, that's right.
Uh,
Okay, so
Yeah, yeah, that shows you how long it's been.
it's been about a month. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, that's all right. That works then. Yeah, so that's a big thing. And I guess I know for me, it's if it does get accepted, I will definitely be coming up to check the property because it's not that far away, even though I'm out of state. This is one
yeah.
where I want to walk. I want to see, what kind of items I might, because this is your property as well. That's the other thing is if you're buying this, you want to be happy with it. You want to see if there's anything that you're missed or that the professionals miss because they miss stuff too.
I'm
And
never happy.
yeah, sounds like a personal problem. Nah.
It
Nah.
could be.
I'm a little too happy. That's the problem with me. It's like, oh yeah, I'll be fine. Let's roll with it. It's okay. Nah. But I think those are the biggest items that I know I miss because I'm like you. Sometimes I tend to miss details. I'm so big picture focused.
Yeah,
But this is, believe it or not, real estate's actually helped me hone my skills more because it's forced me to say, well, there's no one else to blame but me on this, if I make a problem or if I miss something. So
yeah,
it's my money. So it's one of those things. It's like, okay.
yeah,
And then once again, you're also I'm planning to have a tenant in it. And if that tenant is unhappy, that's another thing that's, lost there.
yeah.
So it's, yeah, I think that,
Making
yeah,
sure,
go ahead.
make sure you have your repair costs and stuff, and you don't stretch out your reserves too thin.
Right. And also be sure to stagger it because I know for me, sometimes you want to fix it all at once. And what I
Hmm.
would do is do a tiered system. If like do the most critical, and then there's well, it'd be nice to paint the mailbox, but if that's not in the budget right now, we can pass on that for right now.
Yeah.
So
So to stay on topic, but to kind
right.
of go off topic a little bit, what I try to do is I try to get the front of the house and the sides that you can see from the road done
Mhm.
first.
Yeah.
Landscaping, all that kind of stuff. Because the back you're not going to see, and like if you can't see the sides, that's even better. Just focus on the front,
Right.
then go work inside.
Ah,
Get that
interesting.
curb appeal where people you're getting people's attention.
Okay. That's a very different take than I take, but I do agree with that because I go from the inside out. I make sure that the house is going to stand, and then I go, it's like, okay, we'll just paint the front then, or do something like that.
Even if you just paint the front, I mean that's fine. But like I
Yeah,
usually start with the outside as much as I can
yeah.
because you have in the bad seasons, all the inside stuff, and
Yeah.
but you also have, for example, like painting the outside, for example, if you did it now and you did it, you're going to be catching people's attention, being like, "Oh, I wonder what's going on there. Look at how the house pops. It looks so
Right.
nice." And
Yeah.
then when you finally put the for rent sign out in front, they'll be like, "Oh, looky! I want to see if the curtains match the drapes. Let's go inside and take a quick look see."
Yeah.
Because even if the people that are looking at it don't or have no interest in looking at or actually renting it, they'll
Right.
tell other people, be like, "Hey, you need to see what this property. Oh, hey,
Mm.
check it out. It's very
Yeah.
nice. You look at the place. Look at the price. Oh, ooh, sparkle,
Yeah.
sparkle."
And that's true. And then, I mean, once you get that conversation, then I mean, yeah, and the neighbors talk. That's one thing I've
Yeah,
always learned. So I like this plan. I thank you for the advice too, because I think I've been trying to calculate where to put and how to make sure that the numbers still make sense, even though I'm putting probably a pretty big chunk into fixing it up. So
yeah,
yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I first things first though is that getting that offer accepted. We'll see what happens here. So,
yeah.
but I'm excited.
Cool.
Yeah,
What else do you have for our faithful
for the
faithful
yeah.
fans?
For the faithful listeners, is that yeah, as Zuber's been talking about, this is the market to look around. That this was something that Dion and Lumberjack talked about with him was that don't get tunnel vision in this market. Be sure to have a few properties in your buy box to look at because right now I've been waiting 3 to 4 days for this one. I should, and this is my fault. I should be looking at other properties in the local area because there's a few other ones that might bite. So I'm interested.
Oh,
So
communication.
yes,
This will probably be my last one because I can't think of anything unless I think of something else. But communication, and you're a prime example of this and what I was thinking about. So I'm not sure if you talked directly to the seller, but you found out that the seller might have more properties,
yes, yes.
and
So
you're going to make some glitter dust here happen
yes, so
potentially.
that's the next portion of this is that they have a fair amount of properties in the Butler area, and they're saying, I mean, they may not be willing to budge much on this one, but if they give me a better deal, maybe on the other one or something like that, we can or put a package deal on something and kind of make it work so that they can offload. I mean, they have a pretty large portfolio, so
Even if they just, I'm just
yeah.
talking, like if they just offload them to the ORAT
Oh
of the
yeah.
ORATians,
Yeah.
I mean, think of how epically awesome that would be.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's a great point too, because I mean, yeah, that was just trying to make sure that until yeah, I wanted to see how they were as, working with, and if it works, I agree with you. That's because there's plenty of real estate for everybody out here, even though everyone's talking about there's a squeeze right now. I mean, yeah, I
I
think
think
they're
there's
right.
a squeeze if you're here like 4 or 5 years ago. Like I can see the squeeze, but I can also see like where it's not as bad as people are making it out to be because
Yeah,
like you're starting to actually have to do math.
right.
Where before you could just go to almost any property and make it work.
Okay, that makes sense then. Yeah.
Yeah, so and there's more and more out of state investors and people that aren't from the area coming in, and it makes other people nervous.
Oh yeah. Oh, thank you for
But
that.
me,
So I'm making people
me on the
nervous.
other hand, I'm like, hey, if you're from ORAT, you know what you're doing. I'm not worried about you becoming a slumlord and screwing up stuff. Go
Right.
ahead, come, just. Talk to us.
Yeah.
However, if you're not from ORAT, I can't handle it. Can't handle it.
Yeah.
You're banished from Pittsburgh. I'm the king of Pittsburgh, and I put down my coffee mug. I say no, no.
I like
I'm
this
just
one.
kidding.
Have
I'm just kidding. It doesn't bother me either way.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good to have a contact that way. So, I mean, I really think that there's a good. You have my brain tingling now. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'll, on our next conversation, I will definitely keep you updated on what we find.
And stick tuned to this because we are launching, okay, on the Jack's Business Talk. We are launching, taking some advice from the Zuber about getting five people, and I'm thinking about regearing this channel. So like people like Zuber's channel, he has his friends, the 5 millionaires every week that he talks to, and but they've all made it. We're gonna have five people that are still in the trenches and cutting and working and trying to make it work. And each one of us are gonna talk about something different every week.
I like this plan.
Yeah. So, do you have anything else before we send them off?
No, that's good for me. Thank you.
All right. So until next time, stay tuned and thank you for watching this episode of Jack's Business Talk.
Thanks so much.